To my channel. In this video we are going to see some of the basic Android Studio options that we are going to use when we are developing Android application. So let's quickly jump into Android Studio. So these are Android Studio. This is the Android Studio UI. So here we have lots of tools and options when developing Android applications, right? We might have to use some options that we are going to cover in this section. So see here, this is the running application. So if you wanted to edit configuration for your app, you can simply click on this configuration. For now we are not going to modify anything, so I leave it as it is. And this is the application, running application. So my application name is my test app. So inside of my test app, and app is the module. So that module is selected here, and if you run application, this selected module is going to run. And this option is for selecting emulator. If you wanted to run your app on different kinds of emulator that you have created, you select the emulator prior to running the app, and I'm selecting Nexus 5 IP30. And if I run application, my app is going to run in this selected emulator, that is Nexus 5 IP30. So prior to running application, make sure you selected your right emulator and then run the app. And this is the run option. So when you're tapping on this run option, at first APK will be generated, and then that APK is installed into the selected emulator in this place. So these options are for debugging, and we are not going to cover in this session. And this is a Gradle option. So as I said you before, Android is based on Gradle build option. So like prior to Gradle build, right, Gradle build option, what we do, like if you wanted to add any third-party libraries into our project, we simply browse the internet and download jar file or AR file, and we download it somewhere in our project, and we copy that jar file into our project corresponding place, and then somewhere we will configure that jar file into our project, so that we'll refer that jar when developing an application. So prior to Gradle, this is how the flow will be, but Gradle simplify this process. So you don't want to surf the internet and looking for right jar file, because everything is automated in the Gradle build system. So if you wanted to add any libraries into your project, right, simply mention that library name in your project. Gradle will automatically search internet, and Gradle itself will configure where to search Maven or JCenter, so Google Center. So lots of dependencies and dependency places are there, so there will search and it will download your libraries automatically. So you don't want to configure anything, just simply put library name, it will download that and configure in your project, so that you can use that library when developing Android application. And this option is what Avd Manager. This is we covered already also in our previous section. Simply click on this, and you can see another window is opening. This is a virtual device manager window. See, like here I have created one virtual device with the whatever the configuration I want. If you wanted to create your own virtual device, simply click on this create virtual device button at the bottom, and I am selecting I'm creating one emulator for my phone, so I am selecting phone as the default option in the left pane. And if you wanted to create emulator for different configuration, right, if you want to test your application on 5.5 inch size and 6.3 inch size, and if you test your application more than 7 inch, so 8 inch device is there, and foldable this is. So like if you want to test your application on different kinds of UI, you can select here the corresponding UI you can select, and simply tap on the next option. It will list out the system images that we have downloaded already. If you want some other system images, just click on the refresh icon and wait for some time. It will list out other OS as well to display For now it is not at all displaying. So if you want to create or download emulator for other OS like OS 30 or 31, you click on download option and it will download that system image for you. For example, if I click on download for Android 12, right, this Android 12 emulator for Android 12 OS is downloaded, and once it is downloaded it will be listed out here, so you can select that option. For now I'm selecting 30. I tap on next, and I can rename this emulator here. For example, this is test emulator 1, and if you want different screen size that you can modify, if you want OS that you can modify as well, and whether it is portrait or landscape that you can configure. And additionally we have some other configuration. How about the camera, whether the camera is emulator or the virtual scene, and networking speed and the emulator performance. So everything you can configure prior to creating an emulator. I just click on finish, and another emulator is created for me. So in Android, right, when creating an Android application, we need to test our application in lots of devices, because in Android market we have lots of devices in the market, like starting from 3.3 inch devices, more than 10 inch screen also there. So different vendor is there, different kinds of screen size is there. So if you want to make sure your app is working 100% on all the devices, you have to create a lot more emulator and test your application one by one. So this is how creating emulator. If you wanted to start your emulator, just click on this launcher icon. This play icon is there, right? So click on that play icon. Your emulator will be started, and yes, our emulator is up and running now. Other option we see, wait, this is always going foreground. Just close this emulator. It will take a lot more memory in my machine. So if you wanted to run a emulator, right, just press this play button. It will launch the emulator, and then you can test your app in that emulator. If you have if you want to edit emulator, you can edit, duplicate it, and if your emulator is going slow, right, you can wipe data, and if you want to delete and create another emulator, you can delete as well. So this is all about virtual machine, virtual device manager, this option. And another option is Sdk Manager. Click on this Sdk Manager and you will get one information window. Here see in our previous video we downloaded Android Studio. Along with the Android Studio, by default some SDK content is getting downloaded, right? So that SDK is installed in this path. If you want to configure or modify this SDK path or move this SDK to somewhere else, you can move as well, but the corresponding path you have to give here. So right, when running an Android application, it will take that SDK path and will run our app. So this is mandatory. And see here, starting from Android OS 2.1, Android 12 is there. So I have installed 10 OS SDK, 11 OS SDK, Android 12 OS SDK. If you want to update 11, simply click on that 11 option and show that package detail. This is that Android 11, right? This is partially installed here. If you want to update a system image, click on this option and apply. If you click on OK, your updates will be installed. So I do not want that update for now, so I simply click on cancel. If you want to have a different SDK to download, simply select that package. For example, if you want to download 9, or if you want to download the preview of upcoming SDK, click on that one and click on apply, click on OK, it will be installed. And these SDK tools, there are some important tools running along with our Android Studio. For example, Intel Hdxm installer, this is already installed. So when you are running your emulator on Intel based machine, right, Intel based laptop, our emulator will go slow down. So that is why we have Hdxm installer. It will boost up emulator performance. So this is mandatory. So without this also you can run emulator, but it will slow down your machine. So this is important. And the Google Play expansion library, this is also important. SDK platform tool is there, emulator is there. So all these installed libraries, right, we are going to use for application development. So if you want to update any of the build tool version or command line version or platform tool to the new version, right, simply click on it and tap on apply. It will update that content for you. So for now I leave it as it is. And that's all about SDK, guys. Let's go to the next option, project structure. Yes, project structure. So this is the project. I told you right already. Our Android development is based on Gradle build version. So the Gradle plugin which we are using, Gradle library which we are using is 702, and Gradle is not only an build version for build tool for Android. It is giving support for multiple tools as well. So if you wanted to integrate this plugin, this library into this Android, we need some plugin, right? This plugin is acting as a bridge between Android Studio and this Gradle plugin. So this is that plugin version name, and this is the SDK where we have configured our SDK. That path we are giving here. So for all the project this is common, so it will take by default. And if you are having any native development kit, that package we need to choose here. And Sdk option we have configured here already, and variable we are not going to use. And do not consider this option at all, so do not modify anything. Just close this window. And that's all about, guys. This is all about Android tool window. And this like the left pane, we have project and we have Android option. So most of the time we'll go with the project and Android option only, so not with others. Package is there, project file is there. So this is like a directory structure. We'll cover in the upcoming session. This is a file explorer. Okay, your source code explorer. This is app is there, build Gradle is there, another setup file is there along with that. This is if you are editing some file, right? For example, if you are editing a manifest file will be opened at the right pane. This is the editor. Okay, so this is the editor pane, this is the project structure pane. And anything else, like in bottom we have some other options that we are going to use when developing application. So these are some of the important points to be considered when using Android Studio. That's all about this session, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Let's connect in the next session.